The live is processing. I'll open it as soon as it's live, and Sudhakar Garu, I'll hand off to you. Okay. All right. Good morning, good evening, everyone. For another edition.
You went on mute.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome for another edition of our webinar, which typically happens every second Saturday of the month. This month, we moved it by a week for convenience of all our attendees. The topic this week is a very exciting one, and we will have Sudhakar, who is one of our executive committee members. He is the executive vice president of the organization, introducing the speaker soon. But before we get there, the topic is about Gen AI and prompt engineering and learning about the large language models and how we can better our professional careers as well as our personal, especially with AI being ubiquitous in everybody's lives. And as Neil deGrasse Tyson said, as the area of our knowledge grows, so does the perimeter of our ignorance. So it basically highlights that we need to keep up on a regular basis with the changing times, and more importantly, keep ourselves relevant and ahead of the curve. So without further ado, to get further insights, I welcome Mr. Sudhakar Uppala, who is our Executive Vice President, to introduce our esteemed speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen. This is Sudhakar. I am the Executive Vice President, also the founding member of JNTUH-AA-USA Association, USA. And welcome and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We have the representation across the globe. So thank you all for joining another exciting webinar. And today we have a very accomplished and great speaker talking on most apt and most relevant and I would say latest and greatest topic about the AI/ML, AI and the large language models. As you know, that large language model is like a brain behind this AI technology, and it's like you all need to understand the artificial intelligence and what's happening. It's like if you ask somebody who doesn't know like about the computer like few years back, it's same thing. Like if you say like I don't know anything about AI, then you are like not educated. So AI is part of our life, and it's becoming more and more and more part of our life. So, and as I said, LLM is one of the very important and critical part. And as technologists, or most of us are technologists, we need to understand what's happening in the AI world. And that's the reason we have Dr. Rishi Jain joining us today and going over the LLM and some of these very exciting and interesting technologies and the art of communicating with the LLMs. We have multiple LLMs like ChatGPT, OpenAI, and LM Arena, Gemini, and so on. So coming to Mr. Rishi, he is a proud alumni of JNTH. Um, he did his bachelor's as well as master's from JNTU. Very nice to know that you are from JNTU, Mr. Rishi. And he also had Master of Engineering from Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. And also he did double doctorate from IIT Roorkee and Asian Institute of Technology. It's great to know that you have the double doctorate. And the thesis is artificial intelligence-based diabetic patient surveillance, management, and diagnostic support systems. Now you can see like AI has everywhere, including the medicine. So it's good to know that you are into this interesting topic. And also, Mr. Rishi is really, it would be my pleasure that I can mention that he got the Young Achiever Award from Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana, and he also got the Young Researcher Award from University of Tokyo, Japan, and he got the appreciation from former Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand, and he also got a Young Achiever Award from JNTUH. So really good to know, and really excellent to see like you have got so many achiever awards, and we are wishing like more and more awards. And really go into the great depth into this AI technology and be one of the pioneers from India. And probably you might have seen that AI Innovation Summit. I don't know you attended or not, but that clearly shows where India is moving in the AI area, right? And I mean, I'm going through his resume. Like he has so many awards, so many like distinguished like alumni awards and so on. I do not want to take a lot of his time. Rather, I want to give time to Mr. Rishi to go over the topic. And thank you for accepting our invitation and coming up with this great presentation. Again, Dr. Rishi, it's all yours now.
Thank you so much, Sudhakar ji, and also Praveer ji for my introduction. I'm really happy to be with all the tech minds and not tech minds here. So I'll keep you busy throughout the session because I don't want to keep it to be a monotonous session. This is how I deal with my sessions. I always like interactive session, so you can be as loud as possible. There's no problem. Zoom has no limits. So to start with, can you all see my screen? I just need a green check.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, perfect. So without wasting time, I want everyone to... Okay, yeah. So there is a link mentioned here, menti.com. Can you all use your mobile phones or your laptops, whatever device you are using it, just type menti.com, and then there you'll be having a space to write the code. So code is mentioned there, 62690657. I can even write in the chat bot if you want. And yeah, I think one person has already joined. So I would request all the participants to be here.
Dr. Rishi, can you enable that QRC also? I saw it was there, but then it disappeared. It may be easier people to scan and then join.
Oh, maybe I can look for it.
So it was there earlier, but then it got disappeared.
Ah,
I posted the code in the chat if people can take a look at that as well.
sure.
I did that.
Thank you, Suresh, for posting. And in the meantime, while everybody is getting on,
Okay, so I already have 13 of my participants. So we are around 36. How many strength do we have today?
37 people on the call
30,
right
37.
now.
So
Yeah.
let us wait for a few more people. I think people are already interacting with me. Yeah, how are you doing today? Good morning. Oh, it's good. I cannot say night, but yes, late evening for me. So good evening. Awesome, fine, excellent, fabulous. Hello. Okay, nice. So we are all enthusiastic. Nobody's sleepy because I'm sleepy a little bit. Sorry to say that.
Rishi, I'm also sleepy.
Oh, perfect. Then we can have a joint answer here. No? That would be great.
Yeah, a few people joined from India. So thank you for spending your early evening as well with us.
Well, couldn't be better. Nice. Great day to start AI. Okay, that's great. Fabulous. I think we can wait for a couple of minutes and then I can go for my next one. Somebody has asked me, great, how are you? I'm doing fabulous.
Let me try to mute people who are speaking. 1 second.
Sure.
As always,
Rishi.
please go on mute if you're not speaking.
Yes, please. There was a question. Somebody has raised my voice. Oh, my day is going well. Thank you. Okay, sleepy. So I have one of my companion. Yes, I'm also sleepy. So nice. Okay, let other people join and then we can move forward with our next question.
Mr. Jain, yes,
Yes.
I joined with Zoom. Still, I need to log in menti.com.
Yes, Menti is a different website, so where we can play around with our questions.
Yeah, the information is in the Zoom chat, Suresh. Chapidi has posted it. Please take a look and you can join. It's menti.com.
Thank you.
Rohini Kumar garu,
Yeah.
it's optional to join the menti.com. That's just making it interactive so you can answer some questions, but it's not essential. So if you
Okay.
join the webinar from your phone, you don't have to go to Menti.
You can directly talk to me, sir. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, what is the very first word that comes to your mind when you hear the term prompt engineering? I think this is the session which has been assigned to me today, which is prompt engineering. Coding. Okay. Yes. Interact. Okay. I take that. Any other answer? So it can be a right or wrong answer. Never mind. Smart AI companion. Okay. Smart AI. Prompt engineering is a prompt. Okay. Future. Oh, wow. I like this answer. Future. Explain your problem. Okay. Okay. Command prompt. Okay. Yeah, any answer that pops up to your brain, it's completely fine. Because I can see 22, 23 people joining, so I can expect a few more answers. Yeah, explain your problem. True. It is a search. Okay, clarity. Future magic wand. Wow. I need to know who is this person. We need to talk personally. Simplify the task. Okay, great. Okay. So more or less, what I take it from here, it's coding, it's computer science, it's telling you a problem, communicating with AI, and then yeah, simplifying it, drilling down a little bit, script writing somebody has written. So yeah, communication, coding with your LLMs or your models. So I take that. Okay. So now this is a question which I asked to my class every time. How often do you interact with LLMs? LLMs are nothing but your ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Llama, Mistral, whatever you use. Like, okay. Oh, never used it. Oh, that's great. Daily, once or twice. Okay, 2 people, many times in a day. That's nice. So most of the answers are coming like many times in a day and daily once or twice. So like we usually use this LLMs in our day-to-day activities. Okay. So this is one of the important questions. If you could only use an AI tool for one specific task for the rest of the year, what would it be? You want to automate your emails, or you want to develop your strategies, or you want for decision making, or you want for content writing, report generation, or even assignment writing, whatever it is. Work smart. Okay, that's a pretty broader answer. Work smart, 100%. For business. So you mean for business expansion or for your outreach? Yeah, automate emails. Yeah, one of the important use cases people are using these days. Guys, we can have more answers. Come on. Strategy, yes. Strategy building, okay. Understand the problem in right way and analyze, okay. You need it for multiple purpose usages. Single function would be limiting. Okay, that's good. Publishing social media posts. Yes, people are using it. Like for your image generation, video generation, and then, yeah, of course. Decision making, okay. Automate test cases. Yes, intelligent assistants, many of the universities and the industry people are using it. Getting smart answers, okay. Sales and marketing, one of the good examples. Image generation, yes. Any other? Content creation with deep knowledge for solution presentations. Okay, nice. Team productivity improved. Yes, many of the people these days are using for even improving their communication skills through LLMs. Of course, yeah, I think, okay, email generation is the one which I have found is the most used one. And then, of course, yeah, image generation, and then you having your intelligent chatbot for decision makings, and then social media, content writing, everything possible. Okay. So yes, we often use it in our daily basis, and then we use it for many other use cases. So what do you think? Like, do you trust the output, or like, do you double check it, or you completely just copy paste whatever comes up, you just take it and paste it? Like, it's so perfect. Little bit. Okay. Moderately. Okay. Yes. Okay.
By the way, for all the new people who joined, please join menti.com so you can interact with the speaker. And the information is there with the code on the right of the message on the screen.
You completely trust. Okay. Zero trust. May I have a raise of hand who zero trust is the person?
Sorry, it's me, and by mistake, I
No,
clicked on that
no.
one.
Because
Yeah.
you are with me, sir. You are with me because I trust
Dr.
zero.
Chen, Dr. Chen, Dr.
Yes.
Chen, it's a
Yes.
I really don't trust it. The reason is, unless I review it, I wouldn't put it to the people. The reason
Oh,
is
fantastic.
it's
Fantastic. We are on the same side. Great.
you need some outputs which are yeah, it gets it whatever it is available to that, but it is your responsibility. Legitimately, when you present it, it should be a valid one.
Perfect. Perfect. You understand the entire core concept of what we are dealing with today. Okay.
Yeah, we
Yes,
have to
so
avoid a hallucination. So absolutely double
Yeah.
check everything. Yep.
Yeah, hallucination is one of the things which we are all facing it today. So I think, yeah, we trust it moderately, little bit, completely, and for me it's zero. Why I say zero? I am an AI engineer, but I say zero. Reason is, until and unless I have a command on my prompt, on my input, I cannot trust my LLM. That is the reason I say zero. And once I have my command on my LLM, then I'll be in the area of either completely trust or moderately trust. So this is how my scale varies. Okay. Yes. So looking at the darker side of the LLM. So what is your biggest frustration when interacting with LLMs right now? Because we all are interacting with LLMs in every way possible. So what do you think? Okay, yes. Too robotic, cheesy, hallucinates. Okay. Forgets many instructions, half through. Okay. I just don't know the right way to. Okay, no problem. Oh, we have someone drawing. Yeah, I think it's good to be creative. Yes, I think many of the people are also moving for the option of it forgets my instruction halfway through the answer. Yes, we'll discuss it why. And I can tell you how to solve it. Sounds too robotic, cheesy. Yes, of course. And the most answered is I just don't know. Okay, so today we'll be learning prompt engineering is all about that. It hallucinates or make up. Okay, it forgets.
Is there any time limit or number of answers? It logged me out automatically, the Menti.
No, I think you have completed the task because this is my last slide. So
Okay.
it automatically shuts down. Yeah. So I think I can take that many of the people wanted to know how to interact with the LLMs effectively. And the second best answer is forgets my instructions and halfway through the answers. Third one, it sounds too robotic, cheesy, or generic. Of course, then we need to have something so that it sounds like you or me. And lastly, it hallucinates. That is the most common thing. Okay. So this is completely end of my presentation. So I think I can go now. Praveenji, can I leave?
Absolutely. You can leave into your presentation. How about that?
Okay, then that's fine. Okay. So that was a quick icebreaker from my end to yours. I think you can see my presentation.
Yes, if you can go full
Okay.
screen, I think it'll be easier to see. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, full screen. Okay, that's great. Yes. So we have discussed about our problems. We have discussed why we use LLMs. We have discussed how often we use LLMs, and then yeah, many other use cases. So for me, what is prompt engineering? So many of the people have written like how to communicate or like coding or like writing in an effective way or whatever. All your answers are correct, and I accept that. But for me, I have termed it as the art of communicating with LLMs. So in my entire talk, LLMs or models or your chat GPT, everything is same. I'll be using it alternatively. Okay. So yes. So like why we need to learn this prompt engineering? Like, can someone talk to me? Like why we need to learn this prompt engineering? Any answer is welcome.
The question will make you the answer right. The right question will get the right answer, right?
Yes, the right question will help you to get the right answer. Okay.
So
I take that.
With simplistic and less efforts, we want to get more solutions, more details about any topic.
So if I, take this holistically, it's like concise and precise, right? Being concise and precise and developing a constructive or structured pipeline so that your input are really understandable by your LLM and it generates your relevant outputs. So prompt engineering is nothing but it is just a bridge. So if you have like, when we don't use prompt engineering, we usually have, unclear LLM interaction. Like it always generates, vague answers like hallucination, which we have discussed in our ice-breaking sessions, and try to give you irrelevant outputs. Because previously when we were used to working with the ChatGPT previous model, if I say, what is 2 plus 2? Guys, it's 4, right? But when I say, no, it's 5, then it starts making it, oh, yes, Dr. Chen, you're perfectly right. 2 plus 2 is 5. How on earth 2 plus 2 is 5? So it will try to hallucinate and generate irrelevant outputs if you do not follow a particular structure. So prompt engineering will help you to develop that particular structure, leading it to clear interaction with your LLMs. And yes, that will help you to generate relevant outputs.
Dr. Jain, one
Yes.
quick question. I mean, there may be
Please.
some folks who may not understand what's prompt engineering, what is LLM and all. Maybe a
Yeah.
quick 2 minutes overview could help them to catch up,
Okay.
before we are going to prompt engineering. So, if you have a slide, that's good. Otherwise, you can just give a quick 2 minutes overview. That way, some of them, it could be useful.
Okay, perfect. So prompt engineering is nothing but communicating. If I talk in a layman way, it is just communicating with a machine in your natural language, or either your English, Hindi, Telugu, Marathi, Gujarati, or whatever it is. Okay, so just communicating in a form of a language is your prompt engineering. And secondly, what is LLM? LLM is what we use. So commonly people use ChatGPT or your Perplexity or Llama. So these are nothing but your LLMs. So how to interact effectively with your LLMs will be discussed in prompt engineering. I hope I'm clear on this. Okay, so moving on to my second slide. Why does our prompt fail? Because I think many of our prompts fail. Can I have a raise of hand? Like you got your answer in first prompt, because I didn't get. Is there anyone in the room who always writes the perfect prompts? I think it's very hard. It's very hard. Why it happens is, so in whatever terms which we are talking, the AI doesn't understand that particular terms. So we need to write in a particular structured format. There is a mathematics behind it. I won't go in deeper of that, but there is a mathematical structure which we need to follow so that the AI understands better. So, or your LLM understands better. Second one, of course, we don't give our AI what we are talking about. What is the context? What is the format, or what is your role? It doesn't know. So it starts generating, generic answers. Like ChatGPT is known for generating generic answers if you don't give your context or, role. Thirdly, yes, as one of our friend was discussing, like I need to write small, effective, and concise prompts. The reason is why, because the bigger the size of your prompt, it is difficult for your AI to understand what you're talking about. because it doesn't have the human brain to understand it. It is just a probability machine that will help you to generate the other word or the other pixel or the other video or other slide. Simple. So these are the major things why our prompt usually fails. Okay. Yes. So in the first part of my lecture, we'll be seeing what is the underlying concept behind this LLMs. And then in the second part, we'll be diving into the techniques which we are all interested in. And the third one would be a gift from my end to yours. I'll be giving you a prompt, a structure, a mathematical formula that you can use it 70 to 80 times and it works. So this is what today's our session would be. So first one, it is like token mechanism. So LLMs or your AI work on the token mechanism. Now, what is a token mechanism? If I say AI is great with an exclamation mark. So can someone tell me how many tokens or how many, like the machine understands in how many tokens? Like for us, it is AI is great and an exclamation mark. But for the machine, AI is a separate token, is a separate token, great is a separate token, and also an exclamation mark is a separate token. Reason I'm saying is if I replace the exclamation mark with a question mark, then the entire context changes. Okay. So if I say AI is great with a question mark, I'm trying to ask a question. But when I say AI is great with an exclamation mark, it's a statement from my end. Sorry.
Yeah, we should keep it empty this one. No, it's leave it.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah, please continue. I think people were
Yes, it will
speaking
background
on.
noise.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So tokenization for now, let us understand broadly, it is nothing but you're trying to break down your words or letters into small chunks, which the model or your LLM or your AI understands. So this is nothing but the first concept behind the LLM, which is tokenization. So yeah, the key takeaway from this slide is LLM break text into tokens. This we have already discussed. They don't read your sentences because they don't have human brains, but they process the sequence of this block. Now, how they do it, we can see in the entire pipeline in the next slides. Okay, so many of the people ask me like, why do these people charge for premium? Can someone answer me why does the ChatGPT or your Gemini charge for the premium? Anyone? I think most of us use this premium versions of ChatGPT or Gemini. But why do we have to pay?
For more accuracy results.
Okay, but how do you get it?
Because it consumes too much
more
power.
tokens.
Because it consumes, sorry?
Too much power.
Too much power? Okay. Any other answer?
Context.
Mainly the context and tokens are more. That is the reason you get a better answer.
Okay, perfect. May I know your good name because I cannot see on the screen?
And the latency. We have to ensure, for example, in the free version, I can ask it to do a deep thinking and provide a response that can take longer than a minute sometimes, but it's guaranteed with the low latency for
yeah, but one of our friend has rightly mentioned this incorporation of tokens or the capability of handling the tokens by an LLM. That will reduce your latency and that will give you efficient outputs. So yes, each model is different. I don't say ChatGPT is good or Gemini is good or Claude is good, but you can use it according to your use case or requirement. So that is the reason I always say if you're dealing with high text or high pages or documents, then always go for Claude in compared to ChatGPT. Reason, it has the capacity to handle more number of tokens when compared to your ChatGPT. But when you have a premium version of ChatGPT, that is nothing but the ChatGPT is allowed to take more number of tokens. It has increased its capacity of handling more number of tokens. Your tokens is nothing but your width or the line which you write as a prompt. Am I clear on this? Yes, no. Guys, it should be an interactive session because...
Yes, it is clear. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, definitely helpful.
Is it per session? 200,000 is per session or is it per prompt? The tokens 200,000.
This is per prompt, but what happens is the moment you start writing prompts and generating, rewriting, then it will try to accumulate all these tokens at once, and like free version users like me, then it says your limit has been reached. Like it always does with the image generation as well. For people like us, we just have the access to generate 2 images. But for the premium versions, they can generate as many images as possible.
Got it. Thanks.
Is it per prompt or per day, or what's the quota?
Yeah, so it's per day. It's per day because I was using one of the LLMs. I was trying to generate images and a video, virtual video, but I was using a free version. So it told me like, okay, now you have generated one PPT. Now you cannot generate the other one. Reason is it has been, my tokens are being used. So when I have taken the premium version, then it allows me to access and generate more PPTs and videos. Okay. So the first concept was tokenization, and the second concept I think many of us already know, which is use of transformers, because I have never written the term as transformers here. So what are transformers? What usually transformers do? They are nothing but your prediction tool or your prediction machine. It just predicts. So LLMs, it's nothing like a space theory. It is just a prediction model. Okay. So how does this usually works? Can someone explain me through the slides? Anyone want to volunteer, or should I go for it? Okay, I'll go for it.
ahead. Yeah.
I can.
Okay. Yes. So first part is nothing but LLM trainings. So how does it understands like the sky is like blue? How does it know? Because with all the digital footprints available on the internet, on the website, through books, websites, or codes, or whatever it is available on the internet, it tries to learn on it. It is considered as a student with 10 books. So it learns all the 10 books. Okay. Second, it's nothing but the pattern recognition. So it tries to skim through your entire digital footprints regarding your context and then try to understand the pattern of your query. Okay, you're talking about what? You're talking about environment, or you're talking about mathematics, or you're talking about geopolitical situation, or you're talking about AI summit, or you're talking about what? So it understands the pattern. Thirdly, it is nothing but the prediction. Okay, if I say Jawaharlal Nehru Technological, then what is the next word? I think this we should all know.
University.
Why university? I can say management, I can say college, or I can say anything possible. But why university?
Maybe in the context.
That's our confirmation bias, but the LLM models will search its database, and any ending that it sees, it just goes with that.
Because the pattern already has the word university in most locations.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the digital footprint of Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, the word university is higher than any other else possible. So then it takes up that. So anytime if I write JNU, then it can also think about that JNU, which is in Delhi, very much famous than our JNTUH. But yes, but if I write JNTU, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological, and then I ask to predict the next word, then it can be either JNTU exclamation mark or a JNTU. So these are the two probabilities most present.
Dr. Rishi, if there is a JNTU and JNT college, if it is existing and both are very famous, which would be?
Okay. Yes. So it all depends upon the digital footprint and your previous conversation with LLMs. Suppose if I write JNT, then it will 100% write U for me. That is university. Reason is I am a JNTU alumni. I have my digital footprints with JNTUH. I think my name has been appeared in several searches along with the JNTUH. So there's a concept behind this, which I haven't written here, which is word embedding. It tries to match your term with the next coming term and find out. Suppose if I say king, then what comes to your mind?
Of which country? Or
yeah, so king of France. Okay, what other king?
King Charles.
Somebody's last name. So by the context, it could vary.
Yeah.
Martin
You guys
Luther
don't
King.
think like King Rishi Jain. It's not possible.
Oh.
Maybe if your ancestors are there, in the
No,
Rajasthan.
No, it's
I do
possible.
have a royal bloodline, but it is not listed on the internet. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
No, correct. That's exactly the reason. So if 50 people on this call call you king for the next 1 week, and 8th day if somebody asks, it will call you king.
Perfect. Why? Because you are trying to push the word king along with my name. So that is word embedding, where you try to see the similar, or what we say. Okay, there is a formula to calculate the distance. Under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. I think we all have read that. Okay, so it calculates the proximity between the 2 points. So between me and the king, it can be a proximity of 100, but between king and Kohli, the proximity can be 1. So it will take always Kohli, because King Kohli, it's all known. So yeah, this is how it predicts. And then it keeps on. Now it has King Kohli, then what? Then again, it starts from LLM searching, then pattern recognition, then prediction, and then generation of output. So this is how the entire chain of LLMs underlining goes on. Okay, so let us move to the most interesting part. I think the theories are not so interesting.
Dr. Rishi,
Yes.
I have a quick question.
Yes, please do.
The pattern recognition is happening on a underlying big database or some kind of vector database, something that is returning the distance that you just mentioned?
Yes. So I wanted to keep it general.
One question. This
Yes.
is all on text. Is that also correct?
Yes.
It's only on text.
Yes.
So right now all LLMs work on text. It is not on objects.
No.
Okay. So if I say King Kohli, it will not be King Kohli's picture, but it's on Kohli.
No. If I'm talking about the text generation, that is what I was saying, the context. If I say generate king and then something, then it will try to generate the picture of a king with something. If I say just predict the next word for me, then it will use the text. If I say just develop a video of a king, then it might take king of some European country and generate a video for me. So what we are trying to ask the LLM, it all depends on that. Because previously, the LLMs were designed for text generations. And as this is an introductory class for all of us, so I wanted to take the minimal. Because we are all computer science grads, we all know working with the text is much more easier when compared to working with a video.
But you're also saying that the LLM goes beyond text.
Yes, 100%. LLM goes beyond text.
Yeah, we actually use them for generating images, videos, and so on internally. Absolutely, we do.
Even poster generation and then brochure generation, everything for digital marketing, people are using it for so many use cases.
So how does that distance or proximity that you mentioned gets
so firstly,
done
it
for
will
the
try
images?
to take your sentence and then convert into a vector form, then give it as a numbers. Then it will try to find out what context are you talking about. It recognizes your pattern. And then it tries to predict what do I have to do. Suppose if you say just generate me a brochure or generate me a picture, or I want to use it for digital marketing, then it understands, okay, then I have to do something related to the picture. Then it tries to correlate which picture comes along with the king. Then it's a pixel generation takes place. And then finally, the picture is being generated as an output for you.
And Dr. Rishi, if you have slides later that cover these questions, please feel free to defer the question so you're not interrupted in your flow. But it's a great question. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, so now we are all interested in what are the techniques that we can use for our prompt engineering. So here are the few of the techniques, which I say it's a baseline one, and then the pattern, and then the reasoning, and then the perspective. So it is just a ladder for me. And then if you say which one to use it, then it all depends upon you and your use case, the complexity of your use case. Okay, and it is for a disclaimer purpose, it is all for text generation, because I thought it is the basic minimal thing which everyone uses it. Okay. Yes. So I have written something mentioning effective prompt engineering follows a logical progression of complexity. So like the complex your problem, then you can use some other technique to solve it. Okay. So let us start with the baseline. Yes. So providing examples, yeah. So zero shot, one shot, and few shots. So if I say I have to use the zero shot encoding or zero shot prompting, so I think the name defines itself. Can someone help me? What is zero shot? Like seeing the example. Okay, then I can go for it. It's like directly talking to your AI or directly talking to your LLM. You're not giving any inputs from your end, or no context or no role assigned or no reference files for it. You are just relying on the knowledge of your LLM or your database on which the LLM was trained. Simple. I think most of us who have been just started using this LLMs, we usually go with zero shot, encoding or zero shot prompting. We just ask it blindly. We don't give it the context before. Second one is the one shot. Yeah. So there we try to give some example for reference. And then few shots is nothing but you give multiple examples for reference. We can delve down, one by one. So yes, this is the zero shot encoding. So the concept behind is you do not provide, sorry.
If you're not speaking, please go on mute. Because of the interactive nature, I think people leave their phone unmuted. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So the zero shot prompting is nothing but you ask your AI to do something without giving any context or any example. So like just it is good for classification task or very obvious task, like which it is already been done several times. And then you ask your model, because your model is been highly trained on that particular data set. So it can do it very easily for you. So for example, here I have kept it. Okay, guys, do you want to try it by yourself? Because I have an amazing tool for you all. If yes, then I can share it.
Yeah, go ahead. You can post it
Okay.
in the chat. You can post it in
Yes.
the Zoom chat. Yeah.
Maybe I can copy the link of that and then share it with you all.
Perfect.
Just 1 second.
Yeah, while you're sharing, we see one question in the chat. Can AI help to avoid scammers? But by the way, you can please post your questions. We can present them at the end. So I wanted to ask you, Dr. Rishi, do you want the questions as people get them, or you want them to wait till the presentation is fully done?
I think it is better that we answer at the end.
Okay.
That would be helpful for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So please post your questions. I'm sure there'll be a lot. Thank you.
Okay. So I have pasted a link for you all, okay, which is LM Arena. You can just go there. The reason why I'm giving it is it has around, I don't know how many number of LLMs which you can use. So you can choose your very likely LLM, and then whatever examples we are discussing here. So you can, solve it by yourself and see whether the LLM is giving the similar kind of answer or you're trying to get it something else, but how the entire concept of prompting works. Am I clear on this? Is everybody able to access the link? Just give me a thumbs up. I think nobody is able to access.
No, we can.
No, we can.
Oh,
What do you
can?
want us to try on it?
Yeah, just go for it. So first one is classify this particular sentiment or statement into either positive, negative, neutral, or lesser positive, lesser negative, whatever you want to give it. And then write any of the sentences which you like. And then see how your AI is responding. So that I can take 1 or 2 answers so that everybody is on the same page. And then we understand the importance of zero shot. And then when we move forward, we see the difference. So anyone would like to share their experience with zero-shot prompting with this, like whether it was a mixed one, because I was using Gemini and then it gave me mixed one. So you can either select whatever is your favorite LLM and then you can get an answer out of it. Can someone share their answer? Because I need to move forward with other prompting as well.
Yes, I put in the chat. It came back as
Oh.
positive.
Ah, it came as positive. Okay, which LLM did you use?
It shows max.
Ah, okay. So max is nothing but it tries to already analyze your prompt and then decide which LLM to use. So that is something good. Okay, very nice. So it shows positive. So do you think, according to you, this is positive or negative or a neutral one if you are in the same scenario?
Definitely positive.
Oh, it is positive for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, food is more important than service.
Okay, and then what if I say, Rajendra ji, you have a meeting in 10 minutes, and then you're running late, and then you go for a quick breakfast or dinner, and this is your scenario. Now you tell me.
Yeah, that will be negative for sure.
That would be negative. So it all depends upon the context. But if you just mention this to your AI, then it says, okay, it's positive. And for me, it says, okay, it's neutral, no problem. But it don't understand the previous context, the situation in which I am. Okay, so yeah, this is zero shot. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your answer.
It's a great question to highlight the difference between the few shot, one shot, and zero shot.
Yeah.
Because the context is not clear in this. Whether I prefer the quality of food or the service time.
Perfect. So it all depends upon what we choose. So now let us move to one-shot prompting. So here, what I say in general terms is you just give an example to your LLM or to your AI so that it acts accordingly. Because you're trying to restrict your LLM for thinking beyond what you have to think. So you're enforcing your LLM to form or to write answers in this particular fashion. This is what I want. Am I clear on one shot? Suppose if I say I can give you a prompt in the chat bot because this is very simple prompt and I think I have a crowd who is doing really well. So what I think is, let me give you a prompt in the chat bot. Why can't I access the chat?
You should be able to.
I'm not able to access the chat bot. Oh, okay, nice. Yes. So your next question is this. Just copy paste it. So I have just given you extract the core complaint into 2 to 3 word summary. So you're trying to give your LLM or your whatever AI an example. The ticket is the app keeps freezing every time I try to upload a photo. So the answer should be app freezing issue. So the second ticket is I never received my password reset email after clicking the link 3 times. So what is your answer? I want to know about the answer because I got a separate answer for this. So let us see if our LLMs are doing very similar job or not.
Sorry, one basic question. Where do we pick Gemini or something else? Because I'm not seeing an option on my screen.
If you go to the LM Arena, right in front, there is a direct and there is drop down. In the drop down, you can select any of the options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it. Thank you.
Okay, so there is an answer which says password reset email. Perfect. My LLM also gave the same answer. Which LLM are you using?
Yeah, the one which you copied earlier.
Okay, Max. Okay, same answer. Yes. Why everyone is getting same answer or very relevant answer? Can someone answer me regarding this?
Because it is picking up the answer from the same content.
101%, because we are telling it to do something in this particular fashion, give it as an example or giving it as a reference. So it has always a reference. So the best use case is whenever I write email to someone, suppose there is an industry email, then if I copy paste my previous email to my LLM, and then I say, every time you answer or you generate an email for me, you should follow this particular syntax. Perfect. Everyone is getting more or less the same answers. Yeah. Email not received. Perfect. So now we understand, like, if we want to generate a specific kind of answer, then go for one shot. If you want to have just generic conversation with your AI, then zero shot works well. Okay, now there's another thing which is called as few shot, just adding more examples to your chat. So yeah, you can try this as well. This is a good example which I have taken it. So I want to convert the slangs into formal business English. So we usually use a lot of slangs, and then we cannot write that in our email. Otherwise our boss will fire us. So better we have some soft question answers. So how to do that? So I have written a query for it, and then I have asked. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're sleeping?
No, I'm gonna. Okay, no problem. Let me know what answer did you get. Whether it's same as apologies, I made a mistake, or your AI is giving you some other answer.
Can we get the text copied into the chat?
Okay, I think that was an image for me, but I can give you another question as well. That's not a problem.
Well, you know what? Zoom doesn't have image to text AI
Yes.
here. That's why we are struggling.
Yes. Now we need to develop one for that.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'll be giving you another scenario where you can work on yourself and then see how it is. Okay, I have already posted it. So there's another scenario where you're translating brand tone across different marketing channels. So the prompt is rewrite the technical update into our brand's casual enthusiastic tone. So suppose there is a brand and then it always uses this enthusiastic tone. So I have given it how we usually give answers. And then I have asked the question like update, bug fix, login time error. And then what is the answer did you get for this? Let me know.
It says, good news, we squashed that pesky login timeout bug. You're all set.
Yes, yes, something similar to what I got. Yes. Yes, login issue squashed. Okay, login issues, not anymore. Oops, we squashed a bug. Login in shouldn't be smooth sailing now. See how dramatic answers it starts giving you when you tell it how to write it. Okay. So the next time if you want to, okay, by the way, I always have this activity with my students. They always generate a 1 minute song by themselves. So they can use Kumar Sanu's voice and then, lyrics by some great personality. And then, so they automatically generates a sound. There is an application for that. I think in some other class, we can discuss that as well. So I think the job of the music directors are in trouble now because there is no more need. It is doing fantastically well. Okay,
Ironically, that is the most creative field, right? Making music. So it is very impressive to see AI competing in that space as well.
I can share you that example with you personally, Rajendra, because I think it will have a lot of latency issues when I'm creating a video. But I use this in my classes more oftenly. So students often generate a song of 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. They are so soothing to hear, I can say. Okay.
Incredible.
So I think
it's almost like having 5-6 intelligent brains in one.
Oh, this is what agentic AI is all about. Today's class is not about agentic AI, but yes, we can have one session on agentic AI as well.
Yep, I was going to suggest that for the future. Absolutely.
Okay. So I think we are all doing good with few shot. So now we have a clear idea on what is zero shot, when to use zero shot, when to use one shot, and when to use few shots. Okay, so now comes the advanced tactics. So this is why it is advanced. It is complex to write. This is the reason I say it is advanced. When you're dealing with complex mathematics or logical reasoning or decision making or longer prompts that requires more attention, then these techniques can be used. So first of all is chain of thoughts, and second one is role prompting. So let us try chain of thought. So I think the name is telling itself. You are trying to tell your LLM to think step by step. But what happens is if you don't ask it to think, and if you give a more complex prompt, then it gets lots in between. It doesn't understand what to do now. So then it starts to give you answer which doesn't exist on the earth. This is the problem with LLM. So most of these robotics technology where every step is to be measured very accurately, chain of thought technology is been used by them. So I think you can try this. This is very simple, the mathematical one, but I can give you another prompt where it's a bit complex one. And then I want to see what the output are you getting it. Okay, I have already pasted the prompt for you all. So this is a complex one. A client has some dollars to invest and then they want to put 40% in stocks, 40 in bonds, keep the rest in cash if the stocks drop by and then bonds happen. So I have created a lot of scenarios here. And then if you don't mention step thing by, let's think step by step, there are high chances that it hallucinates. But once you say step by step, then it's tried to, break your entire prompt into simpler tasks, and it tries to solve one by one. So it has developed its own error correction mechanism. This is what chain of thought is all known about. So whenever you are dealing with your complex mathematical problems, logical reasoning, or complex strategy development or planning, then I think it is better to always ask your LLM to think step by step. So that will help you. And then you can, if the LLM is not doing well on the step number 3, then you can mention, no, you're doing wrong on the step number 3, and then you can iterate it. Okay, summary, yeah. Starting value is this, final value is this, net change is this. The portfolio experienced a modest 2% loss, the bond gains. Impressive result. Oh, okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, each LLM is different. I tried it in like 4 different LLMs.
Okay,
And
that's great.
I mean, they all get to the same answer, but
Yeah.
describing the answer
Reasoning
and the
is different.
context can be different. Yes.
Yeah, the way it reasons the entire question is different. That is the reason I always say every LLM is different. So why to use chain of thought if somebody asks you? So like AI, in order to avoid the AI to step the intermediate steps and avoid hallucination, it is one of the good techniques that one can incorporate so that the answers are more in your control. So this is why you can use chain of thoughts. Okay, so I think the final technique would be the role prompting. This is one of my favorite because I always ask my LLM to act as Dr. Rishi Jain. I'm a faculty of technology, advanced science and technology, and then I'm a program director, and then I'm an editorial manager of an international journal. So then it will answer in that particular fashion. So you're assigning a particular character to your LLM or your AI. You're saying, I am Rajendra, I am Praveen, and then it will try to answer in your style. But of course, you need to provide what style, Rajendra or Praveen usually uses it. So I think for this also, I can share another prompt with you all so that you can see how this entire thing works, role prompting, and why it is important. Because I think this is one of the most important thing one should know. Because I have seen because I teach in a Thai university, so many of my Thai students are not good at English. So they usually just do zero prompting and then write to me. I suggest Dr. Jain that you add more examples to your slide. But a student cannot suggest me. He can always request me, or she can always request me. Because if you say, I am a DSAI student and I want to write an email to my professor requesting him to add more examples in his particular slide, then it will definitely use the term request in replacement of suggestion. So we need to be very clear who we are. So this is where the role prompting plays the entire game. Can I see some answers? Like if people have got some answers for that? Okay, I need to copy paste.
Yeah, we are a bit lazy to type that sentence.
Oh, okay. No problem. I think AI is making people more and more lethargic these days.
The digital technology did 50%. AI is doing the rest of the 50%.
No, I think the AI is doing a lot.
When Salesforce came up with Slack, that's the first thought I had, right? We use Slack for communication in our company. Slack is not the most agile term, so that's what it's making all of us.
Oh, I have some answer. Mind, voice, Rajni, predict, stay safe. Okay. Wow, here's step-by-step calculation. Oh, but I have already pasted the new prompt for you all. Should I paste it again?
No,
we got it. Yeah.
Okay. Like you act as a senior software engineer, or you act as a C-suite person, or you act as a professor, tutor, president, vice president, whatever suits best to your role. And then try to give me answer on this. Or you can say, I'm a senior software engineer and my boss is angry on me for not meeting the deadlines. Please write an email in a dramatic way so that he doesn't fire me up. I think that would be one of the best use cases. Okay, provides today's weather. Okay, you're doing for the weather thing. Nice. Sam, nice.
Yeah, because your screenshot talks about the weather prompt, but I think your
okay.
chat
Because
had a
you were
different
mentioning
prompt.
that you don't want to type it, so I have given another prompt so that we all are on the same page. Yeah.
Perfect.
Just use Rajni as a role. Oh, nice. Oh, we have a screenshot, I think, from JKP. Describe the Hyderabad weather today in Shashit. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think you should share it with everyone. Shashi Tharoor's English. Today's Hyderabad finds itself. See how relevant it is. Do you agree on this that it is very relevant, JKP? Okay, I think he's not present today. No problem.
Yeah, definitely amazing.
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Oh, I think somebody is brushing their teeth. Good morning, Ajit ji. Good morning. Okay, no problem. Okay, so now can someone summarize this for me? Because I'm telling you, I'm very lazy professor. I don't like to talk much. That is the reason I say everyone to please summarize it for me. That saves my time. Anyone is welcome. Or I think I can call always my friend Pravinji to, elaborate for me.
I got a pretty long response from the two different chats that I have used it for, Gemini as well as Claude.
Okay, Gemini and
So
Claude.
it broke it down by context, right? So that's basically what it did.
So which one did you like? Gemini or Claude?
I personally like the Claude one. It gave me a little more detail.
Claude is known for detailed answers. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
perfect.
I like the summary of Gemini better. So
what is the trade-off? Do you go with Gemini or Claude?
Yeah, I use both actually in real world based on necessity. Right, Claude gets into a lot of detail. If I'm looking
Yes.
for a quick summary, a quick table response, Gemini is fantastic. I use Gemini more than Claude for that reason.
Wow. Wow. I
In
think yes, it all depends. This is not a structured answer, but yes, this is what I
usually
suggest.
what I do is I try to write
May
my
I know
rough
who
idea.
is speaking because I cannot see
Ajit,
you.
sorry.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So usually I write my rough idea and I try to
Uh-huh.
give it in Gemini to give a
Okay.
structured prompting. Then I
Fantastic.
use that structured prompting and use Claude for more a development
Detailed.
version thing.
Uh-huh.
Claude is more good at development version,
Okay.
more on agentic side. And
Hmm.
Gemini, I personally feel it is more good at um, the prompting and all that stuff.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I think you're already using agentic AI, helping agents to even prompt as well for you. So that is a good one. Yes. So this is what I think. This is not something which is a thumb rule, but yes, always start with zero shot. But there's nothing as a thumb rule. But yes, if it works, then do the minimal. This is what we were taught in computer science back in JNTUH. If it is doing it, then do not touch. So yes, go for zero shot. And then if you think, yeah, it requires some kind of style or tone, then of course apply your role prompting. And then if you think, no, it should be something industry related, or it should be something formal, or it should be something related to my style, then always try to give some, examples for it that is help you with one shots and few shots.
Okay.
And then finally, if you're dealing with complex problems, decision making, then it is recommended that you go with the chain of thought, because that will help you to drill down step by step and avoid any kind of hallucination in terms of generation. Okay, I think this is a table many of us can use it, like when to use what. So zero shot, the general task, and then one shot and few shot for pattern matching and formatting, that you provide some examples to your model. And then chain of thought, yes, logical thinking, mathematics, reasoning, strategy, this is where you can use it. And role prompting is just give it as a person, make it as to perform something, like give it as a tone or a perspective, then it will do it for you. Okay, so where to use, I think I don't need to put this slide because we are using it everywhere possible, but these are few of the areas I think people are using it more today. And then of course the image generation, the video, which I haven't covered in this particular session, but yes, people are using it for content generation, marketing analysis, and then everything possible. Mostly people like me are using it for code generation, and then I use it most oftenly to help me with strategy development, and then I also use it for writing my emails, like acting Rishi Jain and writing an email for Rishi Jain. So this is why I use LLMs a lot. Okay, so this probably would be one of my final interesting slides for you all. So there's no thumb rule, but this is what I feel. It's very helpful 70 to 80% of times. I mentioned to you that I'll be giving you with a mathematical formula. So the mathematical formula is nothing but a role plus instruction plus input plus output. So if you have all these terms or all these elements in your prompt, then there are high chances that you might get a relevant output. I cannot say you 100% will be getting a relevant output, but yes, I think that will help you to structured in a better format. This is what my learning with various models is. Roll 100% because it tells who you are writing to. Instructions are nothing but what you exactly want your LLM to perform. Inputs, yes, do provide examples so that it helps you to, go in that particular pattern and then understand the pattern much more easily. And then finally, the output. Many of our friends have mentioned, like, I want an image, or I want a video, I want a PPT, or I want a brochure, I want what I want it, my LLM to perform. So if you write this very clearly, then I think, yes. Okay, one question I forgot to ask in the introduction. How many of you always start interacting with your LLM saying an hi or a hello? No.
Oh, zero.
But
Wow.
but I am empathetic to the AI that I'm using by asking context-based questions. So, for
Okay.
example, I'm a Srividya practitioner. So, if I
Mhm.
say, "What do you know about Srividya?" I just
Mhm.
try to trick it, right? And it actually gave me it's a esoteric Hindu tantric text, etc. But then
Oh.
I tricked it by saying I was talking about the heroine, right? And then quickly changed context. And that's where your, I think what you said, the proximity made sense
Yes,
because it looked
proximity.
at most hits and went with that first. Yep.
100%. But why did I ask this question is when we were using this chat GPT for the very first time, we used to write, "Hello, how are you doing?" It doesn't need my salutation. I didn't understand at that moment. But yeah, now I understand that it is just the utter waste of tokens which I am doing it. So never write hi or hello like me, what I used to write it before. Yeah. So yeah, again, there's no benchmark, but this is what I found it like. If people found it interesting, then they can use it. Like if you're using it for just smart assistants or just talking it, then ChatGPT or your OpenAI works well because it was one of the fundamental models that were prepared, and it was prepared not to challenge you. It was always prepared to comfort or soothe you. But now the model are getting more and more realistic. They are challenging you as well and also saying that no, your answer is wrong or you are talking wrong. Second is yes, Claude, 100%. I think many of us have a detailed one, a researcher. If you're a researcher kind of mindset or you want a researcher kind of output, then go with Claude. Gemini, the data heavyweight, yeah, it can accumulate huge and huge amounts of data. So if you want to play around with your data, then of course Gemini is a good one. Okay, Llama and Mistral. Why I've kept this? I think many of the people don't use it. Reason is if you want to develop your customized LLM, then I think the feasible option for people like us is always Meta and Mistral. Reason is it has less number of parameters. It can be easily downloaded on your laptops via Olama and other tools, and then you can develop your own customized LLM. So this is where if you want to go with customizations, then definitely go for this too. I think now I think this slide was prepared 2 months ago, and now we have thousands and thousands of LLMs. So sorry I couldn't put that in one slide, but yes, you can use it. So yes, many of us were mentioning like I think who mentioned Sudhakar ji mentioned in the beginning, like if you don't know about the computer 5 to 6 years ago, it's same as you don't know about AI today. So in the age of AI, what I say is prompting is a new literacy. This is what I feel like one should know how to prompt, how to talk, how to communicate with an LLM. And yes, every prompt is a brushstroke. Together, they paint the picture of knowledge. So there is no single prompt or there is no single prompt getting answers. Always iterate it and then try to, play around with this, and then you'll be getting better and better with this. Of course, I say be precise. I have talked a lot, but not rigid. But if you be rigid, suppose if I say, tell me about AI in 5 words, then that is rigidity. Tell me about AI in 2 lines. So that is precision. So always be precise but not rigid. Be creative. I agree. LLMs are meant to be creative but not chaotic. Because the reason is if we start being chaotic, then LLMs get lost. They don't understand what we are talking about. So these are few of my thoughts. And yes, finally, human intuition is what it's very important, though agentic AI is coming up, but I feel is even the human touch stays as the ultimatum. So we need to have human touch because there are many models that are still not doing good with empathies and sympathy, which the human brains can do it. So human intuition plus LLM precision is limitless energy. So we can work hand in hand. There was the recent seminar which I attended as a speaker in career and employability. So there people were asking like, okay, will AI replace jobs? So I said, no, the person using AI will definitely will. So yes. So this industry 5.0 is not about human versus LLM. It is human plus LLM in my perspective, because it's all human centric approach today. So yes, this is all about my slide today. And if you would like to contact me and discuss more about LLMs, and then I'd be really happy. I have dropped down my email address there, jenrishi1511999@gmail.com. So it was, yeah, thank you so much. This is all from my end. And I'd love to take a couple of questions. This is what I can say as of now. It's already 10:26 at my end. So yes, I can ask the organizers.
Dr. Reddy, I just wanted to ask you, you have so much of credentials on your name. How do you manage your time for this, and as well as you are an academician?
Because I work in the day as an academician, and during the night times I'm with you.
Are you are having a family too, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
No. My family is in Hyderabad. My family is in Hyderabad. I'm not married yet. So
okay.
That explains it.
Yeah, that's totally target is totally different for you.
yeah.
Thank you. I mean,
Dr. Rishi, a quick question from my side. Is the prompt language common across all LLM models?
Sorry, can you please get
Is
back
a
again?
prompt language or prompt script common across all LLM models?
I cannot say it is common through the entire LLM model. The reason is every LLM was developed for some specific task. This is what my understanding is. So, but yes, as a common user or as a just user of LLMs, if you're not developing one, then I think the generic prompts, the 70% or 80% structure which I was talking about, the mathematical formula, works everywhere in every prompt, every LLM, sorry. So this is what I can say.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other final questions?
Yeah, there are about 2 questions that were posted in the chat.
Oh, please.
There was a number, I don't see a name. Can AI help to avoid scammers? That's one question.
Okay. So recently, I'm in touch with one of the DCPs of Hyderabad, and he was asking me that whether we could do something to avoid the scamming, which is going a lot in Hyderabad. Then I mentioned, sir, I need a huge database to train my model, the huge database. And if I train my model, then every time there is an incoming or there is an outlier, which I say in my computer language model, like if there's an outlier, then it will give you a kind of alert like, okay, there's something fishy going on with this particular channel. This is what the minimum I could think of today. But yes, I think LLM has much more capabilities of doing it.
There's one more question from Anjaya. Do you want to ask a question? Or I can read your long question.
Yeah. I can ask a question. So these days, a lot of people are using all this ChatGPT. Hello?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect.
Yeah, a lot of people using ChatGPT or any other LLMs for searching for the information. By that process, they are using their names and sometimes their financial information. Sometimes they're searching for some medical information. So, all these LLMs are going to store our data, and then later these LLM owners can send advertisements to us, or some scammers can use our personal information and steal our bank information. Suppose the example you said that I have 100,000 to invest in this one, and then somebody might be targeting like that. So, is it possible?
101%. So may I know your name? May I know your name?
Anjaya Srirangam.
Okay.
It's Anjaya Srirangam.
Anjaya. So yes, thank you so much for this question, Anjaya ji. And then I would like to say 101% these LLMs are keeping track of whatever we are discussing. So there is another thing which these days I'm working, and even in the AI Summit, one of the companies is working on, which is SLMs, small language models. So this is what I was saying, like we must develop our own customizable models. So that runs on our local computers. So it will have our access to our data, our passwords, our bank accounts, or our ledgers, everything. But it will be all restricted in our computer itself. It is not open to the internet. So I think this is one of the ways where we can avoid this security threats. This is what I feel. And yeah, we are working on SLMs these days because I have developed my own SLM as well in terms of medical, yeah, in terms of diabetes, I can say. So this is what my answer to you is.
Okay, hope that answers your question. Mr. Raj, please go ahead. Raj
Thank
Salki.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Garu, please.
Dr. Rishi, I have a two-part question. First one, the Chinese side, they have DeepSeek and Quen.
Sir.
How do they compare with the Western ones, including all the listed ones that you discussed? Second part is, does India have right now anything similar to DeepSeek?
We have recently launched the Sarvan AI, SARVAM. This is our first Indian LLM, which we have developed by ourselves. I think in the recent AI summit, the Modi ji has launched, or I don't know, the company owner has launched, but I just got to know about this news. And yes, sir, you're talking about the Chinese. I was in recent touch with one of the professors and directors of University of Tokyo. So they were mentioning like Chinese are always meant to develop from the scratch. Okay, so they don't depend on the always available data. They always have a different communication channel from the other part of the world. So they always use their own data sets. This is the reason when this DeepSeek came up, and if you try to ask something negative about China, it will never answer to you because it was never designed or never trained to, answer something negative in terms of China. And when it comes to US, it's I think not the US, sorry to say that, but yeah, whoever has developed this OpenAI and all that. So these were trained on all the data sets other than China. So they can always talk about the geopolitical situation much, I can say, unbiasedly when compared to the Chinese ones. This is what my understanding to it is.
I was asking more about performance.
Performance, I think it all depends upon the use case, sir. But what I have used is, I think I found the OpenAI and the West models much more better when compared to DeepSeek. I don't know why, but yes, I'm trying to figure it out at answer as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
next question from Meher.
Meher, can I see it?
Yeah, Meher, are you there? Otherwise, I can read the question. I have a few apps with various databases. Can we build an LLM for private data? Is the question.
101%. I cannot develop an LLM because I don't have that infrastructure, but SLM 101% we can develop.
Okay, and questions about can we get this deck? If you can pass it on to me, we can share it on our website.
Okay, so I'll be sharing it.
Okay, yeah, if you want to redact some material and share, feel free. Thank you, though.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Rishi, in your profile, one of the articles that stands out is on diabetes enablement with AI. Can you help give one example on why and how it is promising?
Can we discuss it sometime later?
Sure.
Yeah. We can just discuss it on a call or something because I have something to patent as well on that. So
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we will be bringing Dr. Rishi back very soon. So
okay.
hopefully we'll provide availability. Certainly, this has been very interactive and very useful for many of us. I would say the last question I see here, and we should probably wrap up with that, is can I use AI to start my own business from Xiaomi, if I'm not wrong? Without
101%. 101%. Please do use AI in every other use case possible. So in the recent summit, which I was talking about, the global summit, so people were asking me, like they were all talking about entrepreneurships. So I said, I think the world is changing to solopreneurship. So there is just one human, and then you hire 24 bots, which can work 24/7 for you and generate income without taking your income. So yes, 101% you can start your own business using AI.
Excellent. Thank you. Dr. Brahmara, go ahead. By the way, thank you so much for joining.
Oh, Dr.
Hello,
Brahmara.
Praveen Garu.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Rishi. So good to see you here. I'm glad USA Alumni Association has brought you, and this presentation is excellent actually. Yeah, I have one common doubt, like layman's doubt. For example, you use ChatGPT or any of these LLMs to input a lot of data about yourself, to you interact with it personally. Okay, it was not there in the social media or in general in the digital media, whatever it is there. In addition to that, you are giving more inputs to it, let us say. Okay, so and then somebody else uses it and they try to ask something about me. Do they get all this data?
I'll tell you something, Dr. Brahmara. Thank you for the question. So there is always a setting. Would you like to, because when I'm using my AIT account with Gemini, it always shows that this Gemini is not using your previous conversation because your, AIT has restricted for using it for training purposes. So I think it all depends upon the setting of what we set to our LLM. And yes, if you do not, set it, and if you keep it public, then I think there are higher chances that the people around you or you interact a lot, they might be getting answers, but not everyone. This is what we were talking about, the proximity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. I do see another question from Mr. Ajit, but since you asked before, let me go. One of the challenges that we have, Dr. Rishi, is building a large language model will necessitate access controls. For example, if a security agency like the NSA, for example, an Indian nation, is trying to build a portfolio of all the bad actors across the globe, but then want to share only a portion of that with, let's say, like the example you gave with the DGP conversation, right? State of Telangana, if they want only a subset of the data to be shown, access controls, security, and being able to do prompt engineering in a restricted way is becoming more and more important these days, because you can't unleash every prompt at the entire data. So any quick thoughts on that, or we can cover that in the future call if it's too long?
I think I have already answers that. Like it all depends upon how much would you like to provide it as an input. If it is very sensitive, then I still recommend do not do it. Suppose if it is very sensitive data, then it is better we do not post it on our LLM. This is what my final advice would be. Because I do not post everything to my LLM, because many of my students and many of the users have came back and told me the question which I have asked today, it is able to relate it to the one which it has answered 30 days ago. So it is keeping all the record of what you are. I can share you one example which I have just recently found it out internet. I think there is an application where if you write me an essay on environmental engineering in your own handwriting, okay, on a piece of paper, and then if you click a picture and upload it to that particular LLM, and I don't recognize the name, it will try to write the answer in the same handwriting of yours. And then you can think of, if you just give your signature to that LLM, then yes, your bank account is also in threat.
Yeah, I think I should have nuanced my question better. We have a private LLM for our organization, and we're trying to limit the data that our internal employees can see versus contractors versus our external vendors or even customers, etc. So that's where the access controls. It's a private LLM, yeah, but it's a good response. Thank you. Okay, and I think we have the last question in the interest of time from Ajit. Do you want to ask your question about zero shot to few shot?
How did you mean to use? Okay. Instead of refining the original prompt.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I've mentioned, Ajit ji, it all depends upon the use case. If you're just there to interact or just chat with, generic, you want to get generic answers, then go for zero shot. You don't have to apply much of the, prompting techniques. But yes, if you want to have in some particular context or pattern, then I would recommend, yes, go for one shot or few shot. And then if you have something to do with logical or mathematical reasoning or strategy development or decision making, then go for chain of thoughts. And then if you want to assign a particular role to your LLM to act in that particular fashion, then of course the last one is role prompting. I think that answers your question.
Okay, that pretty much concludes the webinar. Are there any final thoughts, questions, feedback? If not, okay, I'll take that as a no. Let me wrap this session up by first thanking our esteemed speaker, Dr. Rishi Jain. This has been an incredibly amazing and informative webinar for not only our alumni community, but also many of the students. Thanks to Dr. Brahmara, who passed on the message, as well as your own students, Dr. Rishi, who joined. We've learned a lot about effective prompt engineering today. If I can sum it up in one term or one phrase, we learned a lot about the dynamics of various LLMs, how they use different, volumes of tokens, use the techniques of proximity and many aspects that we covered. For example, the context-based, the zero shot, one shot, few shot, how the step-by-step method is outlined in the chain of thought. Role prompting will give you perspectives. So we learned about a lot of these various dimensions of, I would say, Gen AI or prompt engineering 101 today. Get to the agentic AI. I guess we'll have to bring Dr. Rishi back with many examples. I would also challenge all of you to come better prepared with maybe deeper questions, because I think we just scraped the surface of Dr. Rishi's brains with our questions here. I think there's a lot to learn for all of us. And also want to thank all of you for keeping the session very interactive and alive across our alumni community, as well as the non-alumni who joined us, as well as the students. If we do this, by the way, every second Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is like 8:30 p.m. on Saturdays, second Saturdays. So keep that in mind, and we'll distribute these through our channels going forward. And Dr. Rishi, feel free to join any of our webinars if they're interesting for you. We have a wide range of webinars that we cover in terms of topics. Of course, technology is something we focus on. We also look at health, well-being, financial planning, and many other aspects. So there's an intersection of the diabetes question that came up. In fact, we had some sessions on some from nutritionists and health consultants on preventing, reducing diabetes, etc. So just for your information, again, I want to conclude this session of the speech or the presentation of Dr. Rishi Jain by thanking him on everybody's behalf. And I see a lot of excellent feedback on the chat as well from everyone. Once again, many, many, many thanks, Dr. Rishi Jain, for an interactive and an absolutely informative session. Thank you. Anybody wants to add any quick feedback for Dr. Rishi? Go ahead.
Thank you.
That's a wonderful
Anil.
session, Dr. Rishi. You are double doctorate, so we should call you, Dr. Rishi twice.
Twice.
I agree, like Dr. Rishi, it was a wonderful session, but I think we would like to call you back again on a different topic or a different subject, again, AI related, maybe agentic AI, or going to some of the deep technology aspects. And I think we can advertise in advance, and I'm sure that will be useful for a lot of folks.
So I'll be glad to contribute to any of the session to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you. We'll be reaching out to you offline, and when you share the presentation, we'll put that on our website, which is JNTUH.org. I'll post it. All the alumni are encouraged to register on this site. This is what we use for our USA alumni organization. And of course, JNTUH College of Engineering has a much broader base of alumni. So please go ahead and register on both, and the presentation will be uploaded there in due time, along with this recording. Thank you once again for a fantastic session. And thank you all for joining as well on your Saturday mornings and Saturday evenings. And once again, Dr. Rishi Jain, thank you so much for spending your late evening, I would say, into night on a Saturday. And hopefully, adjusting this time helped you wrap it up earlier. Otherwise, we would have gone till almost midnight your time. Thank you
Yes.
so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Thanks,
much.
everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
Dr.
great
Rishi.
weekend.
You too. Bye.
I'm stopping the recording, Praveen.